This is the Scrap Metal and Commodities Recycling Report by BENLEE Roll-Off Lugger and Open-Top Trailers and Raleigh Goldsboro Metal Recycling, Monday, August 29, 2016. In this report, last week commodity prices were mixed, and there were multiple positive economic reports. U.S. steel production continues to fall and is now at about a 4-month low. It's not clear why this is happening, due to there remain many positive trends in the U.S. economy. Oil prices came down a bit to about $47 a barrel and fell about 3% for the week. Prices remain up about 12% for the month and up about 70% since the low of earlier in the year. The oil rig count remained steady last week after 8 weeks of rising. The 8 weeks of increases were not huge, but at least it clearly shows the worst of the worst is over for now, with job cuts in the oil patch and at the steel mills that make steel for these rigs. Iron ore closed Thursday at $61 a metric ton, mostly unchanged for the week and up about 5% in the last month. Importantly, it's up almost 65% since the low of about 9 months ago. Scrap steel prices remain steady again at a fairly low level, and incoming scrap to scrap yards remain at low levels as well. Imports of scrap and scrap substitutes continue, so many believe that scrap prices could remain about where they are next month, with some small movement up or down on some grades of material. Hot rolled coil prices declined for the week and have been declining for a number of weeks, which is positive for manufacturers and puts added pressure on steel mill profits and scrap substitute prices. Stainless steel 304 scrap prices remain steady at a fairly high level, with no news to make prices go up or down. Copper fell most of the week and ended down about 9 cents to about $2.08 per pound, meaning that copper remains in a range since late last year. And when looking at the 5-year copper chart, we see copper remains near its about 7-year low. Aluminum closed down for the week at just under 74 cents, but when looking at the 1-year chart, we see aluminum has actually been rising for about 9 months. Related, look carefully at the bottom right of this chart. Inventories, after falling for years, have started rising a bit. So aluminum price increases could be over. The U.S. gross domestic product, the overall U.S. growth rate, grew by about 1.1% in the second quarter. While better than the 0.8% in the first 3 months of the year, 1.1% is very slow, but at least it's growing. U.S. unemployment claims dropped last week to the lowest level in 5 weeks. Very good news for the U.S. economy. Sales of new single-family homes in the U.S. surged 12.4% to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 654,000 in July. That is the largest figure since October 2007. A really great number for jobs and a fact that supports stable commodity prices. Durable goods orders for future delivery, items like trucks and heavy machinery, jumped 4.4% in July, the first increase in 3 months, and the biggest gain in 9 months. Sims Metal Management, the largest recycler in the world, released their earnings last week and for their year ending July 30th. With hard work in reducing costs and with the benefit of scrap price increases in the January through June period, their underlying EBITDA, a measure of earnings, doubled in the second half of the year versus the first half. They also reported that scrap metal held by exporters was at a very low level, which could support stable scrap and stable finished steel prices going forward. As a reminder, BENLEE is having its second annual Safety and Operations Training Meeting Thursday, September 17th. Call Tiffany at BENLEE to register. Multiple people from each company are welcome. This free 4-hour session will be a hands-on class for all aspects of roll-off trailer safety, operations, and maintenance. Note that for convenience, BENLEE is only about 2 miles from the major Detroit airport. With that, we hope all have a safe and profitable week. My name is Greg Brown.